So today I was thinking a little bit about the makeup of the Avengers team, going back to the original comic and the upcoming film. Specifically, I was wondering about the placement of Thor on the team and if he made sense. The other day, a friend of mine came over and he saw that I had a Robotech box set out. We started talking about different anime and stuff, and we started talking about Gotcha Man. And I always thought it was neat that they were the science ninja team Gotcha Man. And so I started thinking that the the Avengers, are primarily a science-based team. You've got guys like Iron Man, Giant Man, Captain America, who was made possible through, chemistry and Vita rays and things. But then you have this random god. You have magic. You have mythology. You have things which are outside the realm of science. And at first, I thought that really kind of didn't make any sense for me. Like, he shouldn't be a part of the team. With the original comic, it kind of made sense because they were just trying to compete with the Justice League, which had started selling pretty well. It come out and started making some money, and so they said, hey, Stan, toss some teams together so we can compete with that. Like X-Men and Fantastic Four and Avengers are all supposed to come out around the same time. I think Avengers was the easiest because it didn't require any new creation. Everybody in it already existed. So it was just a quick and easy sort of thing. The toss, here's Iron Man, Giant Man, blah, 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 Hulk, Thor, team, good. Fight Loki, he exists. And that was fine. It was an economic decision. They can build a story up around it after the fact. But with the movie here, sorry, I got some lettuce. With the movie, they've had a number of years worth of foresight with which to build, and they've been able to work on the story already. They were able to plan this out, so they knew that they were going to put Thor in. And I was like, well, that seemed kind of silly. He doesn't fit, with people like Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, who is definitely a science-based character. If you even want to put in people like Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Nick Fury, they aren't necessarily scientific, but they are definitely aided and made more effective through technology. Hawkeye doesn't just shoot arrows. He's got like this fancy body armor, and he's probably got some trick arrows in there. He's got explosive arrows and stuff. And Black Widow, while she's an expert martial artist, I'm sure she's going to have all sorts of little gadgets. And Nick Fury is, is in the fucking helicarrier probably. I hope they do put something like that in there, the hover carrier, helicarrier, or something, because that'd be awesome. But I thought that the inclusion of Thor was like, wow, that's kind of silly. He doesn't fit with science. He's mystical. But the more I started to think about it, I kind of had to backtrack on my own opinion that Thor is the perfect foil for people like Hulk, and specifically for Tony Stark. Not just Iron Man, but for Tony Stark. And they kind of hinted on this in Iron Man 2. When Tony is working on the second arc reactor, the more powerful version or what have you, Agent Coulson comes along and says, hey, I've got to go. I've got a new assignment. He's kind of visibly shaken. He's kind of freaked out. And he's like, good luck, Tony. We need you. And Tony replies, more than you know. And with that, Coulson kind of gets his confidence back. And he's like, no, not that much. And just walks out. What that is he's realizing, what Tony hasn't yet, that there are things bigger than Tony Stark. There are things that can't be explained simply through, oh, here's a piece of technology, I can make this. He has to accept that there are extra-dimensional beings who have been, as far as we can understand, gods. And so I think showing Tony that you can't solve every problem with chemistry and physics and engineering, that there's got to be something beyond just you, beyond man, beyond your capabilities, beyond your knowledge, which would be really hard for not just a brilliant man, but a brilliant egotist like Tony Stark. That's going to be hard for him to face. He's going to go in there, and Nick Fury's going to be like, yeah, there's Bruce Banner, Hulk guy. You already know Agent Romanoff, and there's Agent Barton. That over there, that's Thor. He is the god of thunder. And Stark being like, God. So this is God? Fury's like, I didn't say he was the god, just a god. Deal with it. Tony has to go talk to Thor. He's like, so you're fucking Thor. You're a god. He's like, yeah, I'm a god, so are most of my friends. Have you met, say Hercules? Yeah, he's a bit of a prick. Good guy, drinks too much, and I come from Asgard and just mead and all that shit all the time, and if I think he drinks too much, shit, this guy's a lush, like you. I think that showing that science alone will not be the salvation of the team, and I guess in the story-wise universe, it won't not be the salvation of mankind. That's good to have that, because otherwise it would be simply, let's do an equation and we'll be able to solve this. Captain America is like, I will fight it through my willpower, but I'm aided by the fact that I am a steroid super freak. I think the inclusion may be necessary. I hope they touch on that, as opposed to just making him strong guy, because you've got the Hulk. So I'm going to say, arm wrestling, Hulk wins. If you need strong guy, Hulk is strongest. That's the fucking guy's job, That's what he's there for. So Thor would be redundant if not for his representation of the beyond and things that are above mortal ken. So, again, I've not even watched the trailers. I figure most of the time in trailers is either going to be stuff that you're going to see in the movie anyways, so why spoil it? I'm going to see it, so I don't need to be enticed further. Or it's shit like in the Iron Man 2 previews where Pepper kisses the helmet, throws it out the plane, and Tony jumps out, you complete me. That wasn't even in the movie. So it's either stuff that I'm going to see anyways or stuff that I'm not going to see, so why bother seeing it in the preview? I'll wait for the movie. I hope they get into not just, Thor can punch things really hard and shoot lightning bolts. They get into his relationship with Tony more than anything else. Maybe Banner, but Banner, I'm sure... there's another aspect of it. I'd say that Banner and Steve Rogers, Captain America, they're probably pretty good Christians of some degree. They probably believe in God. I don't know about Fury. I don't know about Hawkeye. I don't know about Black Widow. She may have kind of given up on God if her story's anything like her comic story. But yeah, I think that Rogers and Banner will accept that Thor exists, because he will acknowledge that there are higher powers. And I wonder about Captain America, I'm assuming he's going to be a red-blooded Christian American male. Will he accept that other gods exist? Probably not going to be in the movie, but we shall see if they can carry this over. I don't like how they blended mysticism and technology necessarily in Captain America. I thought it was a bit too easy to simply go for the old thing of magic is just technology that you don't yet understand. That's kind of a cop-out. I like the idea of Doctor Strange style magic being magic. Doctor Strange isn't using his iPad to get to the dark dimension to fight Dormammu. He's using fucking magic. And let's see what they do with the Cosmic Cube. Thor's magic. Tony is science. Tony is ego. And Thor is the triumph of belief over ego. I haven't really given this a whole lot of thought. I'm kind of just rambling, as you can probably tell. So on that note, I will cut it short. Tell me what you guys think about Thor's relationship to the rest of the Avengers. Is he a good fit? Is he a bad fit? Does he represent something beyond man? Is it, give me your theories. Drop something in the comments, put in a response video, what have you. Otherwise, I will figure out what other random shit I want to talk about for later on this week. Have a good evening. Goodbye.